Hi.
Hello.
I'm sick and we're recording.
Yes.
Another one with just us because, we were a little more prepared this time by like
Mildly.
a few hours.
Mildly.
But we still didn't get a guest, which is whatever. Hopefully, our classic voices aren't disappointing to you guys.
So sad. Well, I won't call your voice a classic voice because you sound sick.
Oh yeah, this is a new episode because a new special occasion because I'm sick. I got a cold.
Best special occasion.
Yeah, it's a special thing. It's a special effect on this. Yes. I always listen to podcasts, and then the one guy in one episode was like, "Hey, I'm sick, so I sound bad," and now that's me.
Yeah.
Now I'm that annoying person.
Yeah.
Try to cut out my coughs, if you can,
yes.
because those are annoying as heck. And hopefully I'll be better. Oh my god, Dana was sick. I'm sick. I think it was a different kind of sick though.
I wasn't sick, normal sick. I was just really tired. But now I feel better,
weird.
and now you're the six.
I'm sick. I'm just a cold. I got a cold.
Yeah.
It sucks. Anyway, it's enough of that. How's your week going? Anything interesting?
Yesterday was stressful.
Oh no.
Because I procrastinated on things, so I had to do both the Let's Play for yesterday, and then I had a presentation I had to finish that we didn't actually do today, but it was due today. So... But the teacher got distracted, and one class did a presentation, and then our teacher decided we needed more background information, so he just told it to us. And so then my group didn't have to go. Which was nice.
Oh. It's a bit stressful, though, because you can't just, get it over with. You have to just wait and be anxious, and you're waiting. Mm-hmm. That's what I find with that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but one of the most stressful things for me is, when I'm inviting someone to my house, and I'm waiting for them to come over, and they say they're, coming around at, some time, and it comes to that time and they're not here yet. It's I don't know why, but that's the most, freaking anxious thing that happens to me.
Interesting.
Because they're gonna scare me, when they knock on the door or something. It's please text me 5 minutes in advance and I'll count those 5 minutes. I don't know why. I can't just be
It's difficult to be somewhere exactly on time, dude.
Yeah, even when you came over, it's when are you coming? When are you coming? When is soon? It's just,
Yeah. When we lived, really beside each other, you'd always be like, oh yeah, I'll come up soon, and then you'd take, an hour. So you can't talk.
I know, because I live with my grandma, and I said I would go, and then she's like, can you do these things for me? And it's okay.
And then when I'm coming to your house, when I'm coming to your house now, it's I can't tell you exactly when I'm going to be there, because traffic. It's just a lot of traffic,
Yeah.
It will take a lot longer. You know?
Yeah, you should come over soon. I don't know, I might come out for Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving. Ooh.
When's Thanksgiving?
I don't freaking know. It's in a few weeks. It's in November.
Yeah.
And we can probably film something or other on some day then. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
Not so far.
Just gonna eat?
Possibly.
I don't know.
We might, we don't plan things early in advance very much. Last year we didn't have any plans, and then the day before, one of my relatives was like, we're having a family get-together. And so we did that, but this is too early, I don't know yet.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the game. I got to work. I don't know. We might eat something.
Possibly.
I'll just go and visit my grandma and then see you.
Yeah.
Because we have that day off, so...
Days off are nice. I like them.
Yeah, I like them too. There was this rumor going around in my school that we had Friday off today, but we actually don't. We don't have Friday off. And I skipped friggin' today and yesterday because of my cold.
Yeah.
So I've just been in the dark. I've literally been in the dark watching movies for these 2 days. And it's bad, and I wanna go back to society.
I did a physics test today.
Yeah, how did that go?
Fine, I think.
Do you think? I guess you don't know yet.
Yeah, I haven't got the test back. And I won't till like Monday because this teacher always only marks on the weekend. So.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully it goes fine.
It should have. I seem to know how to do everything.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not in physics.
This is a good thing.
I'm in biology, and the teacher's like crap. And apparently our first test thing is on like Monday.
I have someone you can ask for help who actually took Biology 11, because I didn't take that. So then we'll discuss that later.
Oh, yeah, okay. Are you going to... Oh, yeah, you didn't take it last year. Did you take it this year?
Nope.
Yeah,
I already am taking physics and chemistry. I don't even need 2 sciences, so I'm not going to take a third as well. I don't have time for it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think anyone's really taking a third science. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have less than that. I have like 6 classes.
Some people are required to take all 3 sciences for what they want to do.
Yeah.
I just don't.
To work in the film industry, you need science. No.
Oh yeah, so much science.
More like you need luck. Is there a luck class? Is that your cat?
I think I forgot to close the door to the room this closet is in, and I think she says at the door.
He's at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Open up.
Let me just open this. Is there a cat there? Yes, there's a cat there. Hello, cat.
Meow. He's welcome. Here's our guest. Friggin' Chisaw.
There's our guest. You heard the cat meow.
Yes.
Why are you being annoying, cat?
That's what he has to say.
Why do you want to say things? What do you want from me? He tried to rub his face on the door, but it moved and it freaked him out.
Freaking
Greetings, cat. He's sniffing the keyboard.
That's cute.
He's a very cute cat. Not the keyboard on my computer, the keyboard on the floor.
Oh yeah, you have 2 of them.
Yes.
Which one does your computer think you're using?
The one that's attached to it, because the one on the floor is not currently plugged in.
It's just sitting there. Very nice. Good organization. Although I think it's worth it because the acoustics of that room are pretty good.
So right now the door is open, so it's probably not as great, but whatever.
I think it's okay.
There's a cat in here now.
Better than mine. Mine are like...
Should I close the door and lock the cat in here with me for a bit?
Sure.
Or is he about to leave? Oh.
You can't predict these guys.
Okay, he's leaving.
Bye.
Bye, Chisaw. Door is mostly closed now.
Dude, Dana. I'm looking at our messages and I realized instead of saying Wi-Fi, I said wife.
Oh yeah. I noticed that, but didn't care enough to mention it.
Wife. My wife, yes, of course. Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
I was guessing you meant Wi-Fi, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't too worried about the fact that you said... Discord is breaking or my wife or something. My wife is breaking. Or something.
Who knows what that is?
Something's breaking. It might be Discord. It might be your wife.
It might be my wife. Wow,
who knows?
This is the lore. The lore of the podcast is grown. So I suggested that as a topic we discuss the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I watched that today.
It's a very good show.
And I feel like we need to talk about more contemporary things sometimes, I guess.
This is true.
I liked it. It reminded me of The Office. I like that show.
I like it better than The Office.
My friend said that too. She recommended it to me.
Yeah.
And she said that she liked it better than The Office. And I don't know. I
feel like it's less. It depends on your humor type. It's less mean humor. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like.
It's a lot. There is a lot less like. The Office likes making jokes of its characters being like sexist and racist and things.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Nine-Nine is very good about having good representation of all these things. that like of all these all these characters are different things, and they do them well. Like they're not just kind of like, oh, we should have a gay character, and that's all he is. Like Captain Holt is the captain, and he's also gay. Like whatever.
Yeah, he's the best character. Also, I think I
like maybe? Terry the best. Terry is the best.
Oh yeah, he's like the strong guy. With
he's
the kids, right?
Strong guy. And he's really sweet, and he really likes yogurt. And
I like him too. Like, I like that episode where he's building the dollhouse.
That's great.
All of his, like, one-offs are really funny.
Yeah,
Also, the thing with the pickle jar and his brother. And then his brother comes in and he's like, you love pickles. That's, like, the one thing he knows about him. I like that. He's a good character,
yeah,
too.
They have a good job, but, like, none of the men are, like, stereotypically manly men. Like, they might look it, but they don't act it. And like
not that there's, like, not a place for that, but I feel like there's more than enough manly men out there.
Yeah, and, like, it's clear that, like, all these characters are comfortable with who they are, and that's nice. They're not, like...
Honestly, what's her name? The lady,
Rosa?
What is her name? No, not Rosa, the other one.
There are...
What's her name?
The
main lady.
Not necessarily a main lady, but Amy.
Her name is like Amy. Yes, yeah, Amy. Amy what?
I don't... Like, Santiago?
Santiago, yes. I was trying to remember her last name. I don't like her that much, honestly. I feel like she's... I mean, I understand how... She's not like a bad person or anything, but I don't know. She feels like not interesting to me.
I think she gets she gets better, like...
Yeah, probably. I only watched a dozen episodes or so, but she seems to be, like, the worst for me.
It's kind of a point that she's just incredibly boring, like, as a person.
Yeah, that's what's his name? I don't know any of these guys' names.
And she balances out Jake quite well.
Yeah,
they work well together. I don't think...
That's the point.
Yeah.
They're like the duo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but the weirdest thing is Rosa. You know how tough and, like, gritty Rosa is?
Yeah.
Her actor is a very good actor. It's so weird seeing her actor. Because, like, she's such a sweet human being with, like, a high-pitched voice that sounds kind of like a cartoon character.
That's awesome.
And then...
what else is she in? Do you remember?
I don't remember, no. I've just seen, like, interviews with her.
That just proves that she's good at doing a character.
She's a very good actor. It's her like, the other characters are often, like, there's... Like, but there's some similarities between them and, like, their character. There are zero similarities between Rosa and Stephanie, I think. I believe that's her name.
Stephanie something? Yeah. That sounds like about right. I feel like Rose is one of the more interesting, not interesting per se, but, like, endearing, I guess, characters.
I love
because she's, like, so tough and, like, doesn't give a crap about, like, anybody, and it's, like, Well,
but
I mean,
she does.
She does care because
she really cares.
Like, she wants to, like, help the kids, and she wants to help her, teammates. Mm-hmm. But she's still, like, I guess in the beginning they're like, oh, she's so hard to read, and I suppose that's true, and they pulled it off pretty well. It's like, you never know really what she's gonna say next.
That continues on, and there's a running joke they have, because it is a comedy show, so they have certain running jokes.
Yeah.
And the running joke with her is she has some mysterious past, and she'll just casually, like, mention things, and it never gets brought up. What? The ballerina thing's a running thing. But, like, one time, a quote from her that people throw around sometime is, well, I've convinced everyone into thinking my name's Rosa. And then it's something along those lines. And Jake's just like, what? And it just doesn't get addressed.
Yeah. That's, like, not her actual name. I like that. I like that mystery.
That happens once in a while, where there's just these casual statements that are really suspicious, and all the characters are like, what? But she doesn't explain it.
Yeah, like, there was this one part, what's his name? Jake? He's like, I think she has a bathroom in her apartment. It's like, that's, like, the one fact that he knows about her.
There's an amazing episode where they have to do quiz thing, where all the answers are, like, Rosa. So one of the things they show in the thing is Rosa asking everyone, "What's my favorite kind of soup?" And they all guess different kinds of soup, and the correct answer is, "No, I've never eaten soup."
Oh my god! How can she not?
Or
soup?
in the same one, there's it comes in and they're at answering different weapons, and so your automatic assumption is, oh, what's her favorite weapon or something, and she's like, no, I was a baby, my first word was data. Like, that's they're just all guessing weapons and things, random joke. They're really good at jokes and stuff.
Yeah, it's a comedy show, so.
But, like, they also, like, touch on things that are more important, and they, like, their characters are really good and, like, represent different things and different kinds of people, and it's really good. Like,
I feel like, even if the characters don't necessarily have, like, not all of them have, like, this story and this, like, deep backstory about them, they are, like, really understood what kind of people they are, like, right from the start, too. Yeah. Like, they're not tropes, and they all have something that defines them, and that's pretty good, like, because it makes it so you can't, like, it's not predictable in that way, but you just understand these situations, and you're like, yeah, of course that person would act like that. That's so unique to them.
Yeah, and it makes sense for them, and, like, you do learn as you go along all their, like, backstories and why they behave this way. Like,
yeah, but it's not,
mostly.
Like, crucial to who they are.
Yeah.
Except for Rosa, I'm guessing. We don't know her. We never know her.
No, like, we know stuff about her, and you learn more and more about her, but they just have a joke of once in a while there's things that everyone's like, what?
Yeah, she's got a weird life.
Have you, in the show yet, have you met Kevin yet?
Who?
That's, Captain Holt's husband.
I think, I didn't actually, no, actually I don't think I've gotten to the episode yet, but I saw him in, like, a clip.
He's pretty great.
I'll have to keep watching it. I was like entertained by it, but I felt like I couldn't watch that much of it in one sitting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's just a comedy show. Yeah, I'll probably get back to it at like one point. Since it's on Netflix, it's really convenient. There's a crap ton of episodes though. There's like 100.
It's on its 5th season now. Just finished its 5th season.
It's been running for like a while.
And it's just getting better. Like, I don't understand. Like, 5th season, you're thinking a show's probably getting worse by this point. Nope, it keeps getting better. And I don't understand it.
Like, what show is like that? Ed, Edd n Eddy. I don't know why that's always my example, but I felt like that show, like, got way more interesting in, like, the latest seasons. Like, the last few episodes were, like, some of the best. It's a weird example, but yeah. That's good to hear, because it makes me want to watch more of it, because the parts that I find kind of, like, overdone and, like, I don't know, just not that interesting. Maybe it'll become more engaging as it goes on.
Interesting?
I don't know. Sometimes, like, the storyline of the episode just kind of doesn't get me. I don't find it that funny, and it's like,
yeah.
I'm just kind of putting this in the background.
That happens sometimes, but you get really, like, even when later as you get along, even when that happens, you're just so invested in, like, the characters that.
Yeah. Like, the Halloween episode, I felt like it wasn't that interesting.
The Halloween episode keeps getting repeated and more intense. Like,
yeah,
that one's a recurring thing. Or I think if you're talking about the Halloween heist that they do.
Like, the first Halloween episode. That was the first episode that I was kind of like, this is kind of boring. I don't know.
What do they do in that episode? I don't remember.
I don't even remember. That's why it was boring to me. They, like, Amy and the other guy. Oh my god, I don't know any of that. They, like, go to this Halloween party and they're trying to find this person with drugs or something, and Amy hates Halloween and the other tries to convince her to like it, and it's like, I guess it was a little bit sweet because they became better friends, but other than that, it was just kind of lame, I guess.
Okay, later they do Halloween episodes of the Halloween heist. Actually, I think that was a pretty new thing, but the heist is a thing that they do, and they'll all try to
eventually start doing it.
And they all try to, like, find a thing for who's the best detective. And they'll do different heist events over time.
I like that. I like when they do actual cases and, like, the people they're trying to bust are, like, interesting. It's like an added layer of
the heist
intrigue
is on each other. They all like fight each other, and you have to keep hold of something, and then everyone else will try to like steal the something, and it's great.
Oh yeah, there was an episode kind of like that where Jake was trying to steal like something from, what's his name? Holt, his safe.
Yeah,
you remember
they
that?
do that a lot. And they keep getting more and more intense versions of it.
Yeah, it was pretty glorious, but I didn't see like where it came from. It just kind of started happening. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, they do this
That was
a
part
lot.
of the episode. That was part of the episode, but I guess I don't know. I just kind of forgot about it because it was so like weird. But I am excited to see them do that again because it's like kind of unexpected.
But yeah, it's a good show.
Goes. Yeah, it's also interesting how the show like recently, at least for me, I've been hearing a lot about it.
Yeah,
like on the internet, like it like recently got really popular. And I hear it a lot because it has like good gay characters and it's like, hey, representation.
Yeah,
or whatever.
They did a good job at that. And then they had it got canceled, and then NBC took it on.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that. People were angry.
I'm convinced that was a publicity stunt. But that's okay, whatever. Because it's like it got canceled, and the next day it's like, oh, NBC has bought it. Like,
yeah, you're right. It probably was, but that's not the show. That's the studio, so
yeah,
probably won't affect
Fox
the show too much.
and NBC.
Yeah.
And people are generally excited that NBC has taken it over instead of Fox.
Because they have less limits or something.
I don't know why exactly, but I'll see how it is next season. But yeah,
I don't know if I'll get that far, but I'll probably keep watching it.
It's a very good show.
Yeah, it's decent. I like it. It's funny.
It is.
It is a good alternative to The Office, because if you're not into that type of humor, it's like the same kind of... It's shot really similarly.
It is. But the humor is nicer.
Yeah, part of me feels like... One thing I liked about The Office was like the format. I thought like the fake documentary was really funny. But in this episode, honestly, the camera angles and stuff feel a little bit like why it's not necessary. But it's still like that's the only thing that I don't really like about it. I feel like it doesn't know what it wants to be sometimes.
But you're watching season 1. It's still trying to figure itself out, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm watching the older episodes, so that's most likely why it's like that.
I haven't got that impression because I started really like later. I've watched the earlier episodes, but I don't really remember them. But like,
I guess that now that I like understand the characters, I could probably start watching at any point.
Yeah, I started watching like season 3. And I watched a couple of seasons of season 1, but I just kind of like I was binging it, and I'm not that great at binging stuff. Like I get bored of them. And so I just kind of stopped watching. So I haven't watched all of the earlier episodes. But I do watch every episode now with my mom, and it's lovely.
It is nice. Yeah, it's entertaining. It's a good show. And
it's a very good show. And they have a couple running stories and recurring characters that are great.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I'll probably next time I watch, go to like season 2 or something, just for fun.
And when you haven't met the recurring character before, it's a bit confusing. But like,
but I'll fall into it eventually.
Like Judy is an amazing recurring character. He's the best. He's a recurring criminal, and he's just hilarious.
I have to watch it. I like that. I like when they show the criminals and like the actual case that they're doing.
They have their various cases, and like usually they have kind of dumb solutions, or they're doing like sometimes they actually like save the day. But one thing Brooklyn Nine-Nine tries to do is show that yes, they goof around as a comedy show, but they're not bad cops. Like that's not the kind of comedy show it is. They're good cops. They're doing their job.
Yeah, it's not like we're laughing in spite of them. We're just like laughing with them, I guess.
Yeah, they do a lot of dumb stuff, and they're having fun as friends. But
and that brings us back to how it's not mean-spirited.
They do their job, and they're good cops, and they're nice cops, and they're...
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they fail at things. Like, there was an initiative to, like, talk to kids, and it was a total mess at first. But
oh yeah, I really liked that episode.
But like they figure it out in the end always. Like often, what's her name? The secretary lady who's kind of useless. Yeah, Gina comes.
She's
to the
my favorite
rescue.
too. Maybe
Gina is great. It was kind of sad this season she wasn't in, but that was okay.
Oh,
the actor won maternity leave, so they made Gina have a baby and go on maternity leave.
That's understandable. We don't want. I don't. It kind of sucks when you're like a pregnant person. They make you film anyway.
Yeah. So she went. No, I just had a baby. I'm having a baby. I'm not filming. And then she had the baby and continued to not film for like a season. And then like there was the odd time that they'd go contact Gina, but like the plot was that reason she was out was that she had a baby, which I find great.
Which is literally why she's not there.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to Google why she's not there. That's actually why she's not there.
Yeah, exactly. It was quite great.
It's good. It's kind of smart too.
So yeah, she did that.
Have you heard?
Now she's back.
Yeah.
Again.
Have you heard about on movies when the lady actress is like pregnant? Sometimes they keep filming and they put like this green screen thing on their belly.
Yeah, they do that. I think they did that during the filming of one of the Avengers movies.
Yeah, I forget who it was. I saw that in like a magazine. I get it for a movie, but like a TV show, it would be kind of weird to do that every single episode. Also, because budget.
Yep. It's just you have to deal with whatever happens, and then sometimes that's the thing that happens.
Yeah. And she had her baby, so congratulations, whatever her name is.
Yes. But yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, very good show.
Yeah, and if you're looking for like some sort of comedy that is on Netflix and really easy and convenient to watch, then you should watch it and give it a shot.
I really like the just casual set designing detail of that Captain Holt's pencil holder has a pride flag in it.
Yeah, also his binders are like rainbow.
Yeah,
there's like all these subtle things.
Yeah. And he's
like a super interesting character because it sucked for him being a friggin' police officer that's openly gay in the 80s. Like he could never get like upgraded, you know?
Yeah,
just because of that. And he's also black. It's like, whew, sucks, man. Life's not fair.
And
it makes me happy just knowing that this character got to be the head of his department.
I love how him and Jake work together, because it's become like a father-son relationship. Cause Jake was never close to his father, and then now he has a father figure in Captain Holt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
there was an episode where the starting bit, because I believe it was just the starting bit, but was he's talking to Captain Holt by a criminal, and he says thanks dad or something like that, and the entire everyone in the group is just like, what? And it's do you think of me as a father figure for Ulta? And he's like, I did not call you dad. And then the criminal he's interviewing who hasn't been like answering any questions, just goes, you definitely called him dad. And it's just great.
Now you're talking. That is great.
Yeah, and that was his response. And complaining about how
very
now he's
sweet.
It was cute.
Yes, it's very sweet. What else have you been watching lately?
Mom and I were watching a Netflix original of one of the British stand-up comedians going on like a gap year with his dad. So me and Mom were watching that. It was quite funny.
I've seen a few of those stand-up comedian things. They're really putting them on Netflix, aren't they? Like, there's a crap ton of them. I watched Dimitri Martin with my mom. And I think I watched it Did I watch it twice? I don't know. I watched it at least once. And also, this other guy, I don't freaking know his name. I watched it with my friends. I guess they're fine. It's nice when you're, like, really stressed to listen to one of those, I guess.
I like watching them with William when Mom's not home, but we have a good
Something
time.
for you to do. Don't you guys watch, like, Mike Tyson Mysteries or something?
We have watched Mike Tyson Mysteries. It's such a weird show.
You watch stuff ironically. What's your verdict on Mike Tyson Mysteries? Sounds ridiculous.
What is even? Why is there a pigeon man? And like, what?
Pigeon
what
man?
Is that? There is a character who's a pigeon, and at some point, I don't know if you learned this at the beginning because we didn't watch from the beginning. We just chose a random episode. But at some point,
I
we
love doing
learned that he used to be a human. And he got turned into a pigeon. And Mike Tyson's just like, what? And then there's just Mike Tyson's daughter. And then there's the ghost that follows them around. And then they go solve mysteries. It's like Scooby-Doo, but with Mike Tyson. And it's so weird.
It's amazing. I like the sound of it.
It's so weird. It's not a good show. And what is going on?
Remember when we watched Neo Yokio?
Yes.
We watched it backwards.
That we did.
I feel like the story didn't make any more sense if we watched it forwards or backwards.
This is fair.
It was a little surreal getting that like introduction at the end, though.
William and I watched a random episode of Power Rangers, and that was pretty great because the Red Ranger just sort of exploded because we watched the first episode and then they proceed to just we were like, what is happening even with watching the first episode, and then they just kill off the Red Ranger and he explodes.
Holy shit.
And it's just like, this is the first episode? What is happening?
The first one or just like a random episode?
That was the first episode
of this children's show?
Yep.
Wow.
He was fighting the bad guy and then he got stabbed, and then he exploded.
Sounds good.
And we don't understand why he exploded. It just sort of happened. And then he's like there dying. And he had just proposed to one of the other Rangers. I forget which one.
What?
And then she's all upset. And then they go time travel to go stop the bad guy who killed him.
Did you hear about how they're making one of the Power Rangers like gay in the new one or something? Just for the sake of having a gay character?
Yeah,
it's dumb. It's fine to just like make someone gay, but they're trying to do that for like conformity or whatever. Not conformity, like trying to get people to give them likes and retweets just because they have like this
it's
forced.
Like, you can't force it. Like,
just like at least show them dating someone of the same gender, you know? Like, you don't just have to like have them say it randomly and it's never like shown. That's the dumbest thing about like our modern media.
Yeah, it's just, even if you're just gonna like, I really like it when the studio's never like, this character is gay, but instead they just like, all of a sudden, oh, okay, he's gay then. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's like,
spoon fed to you, and you're supposed to be like, oh, good job, plus 2 points. For having more representation. Is it even like representation at that point?
And it's also like, did they do a good job with the representation?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was watching some of Daredevil, the Netflix show.
Oh, yeah.
And I was reading about, so people are generally like, it's some pretty decent representation for blind people, but for some reason when they released it, they didn't have descriptive audio. And everyone's like, hello! And then the whole hashtag started and they ended up bringing it, adding it and saying they were going to add it to a bunch of other shows. But yeah.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of the DVDs I own don't have the option for descriptive audio, which is really stupid and unfair.
They have subtitles and stuff, but they don't have descriptive audio.
Yeah, they always have subtitles, but only like a few of them have descriptive audio. Like, that should be something that most movies have.
Yeah.
At least, like, movies that are newer than, like, 2000.
I think YouTube needs an option to add descriptive audio.
Yeah, even, like, the closed captions are crappy. Why don't we have, like, a crappy robot voice? It's better than, like, anything.
Exactly.
They can totally do that. Like, we have totally the technology for that.
Yeah.
They're just not doing it.
iPhones will automatically sort your pictures into categories by what they see in the picture. Why can't YouTube do that with descriptive audio?
Yeah, I guess maybe it's a little bit more difficult.
I mean, yes. But, like, at least have the option to add it to your video manually.
Yeah, at least, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you can put subtitles on it, you should be able to do some sort of descriptive thing.
I've been trying to put subtitles on our videos, but I keep not finishing them.
I realized that. I was showing some kid in my school the Gab Chronicles video, and you made subtitles for it, and I already made them, and you, like, made new ones, I think? Or something like that. I either didn't make any, and thought I did, or
I don't think
and
you did.
You just overwrote them. I probably didn't.
Because I was overriding stuff. I was, like, overriding the only subtitles option of the automatically one. And it was really bad.
It was really bad. Yeah. You did an okay job. I might edit it, because I feel like it was kind of awkward at points, because it's so difficult to understand without subtitles, honestly.
Yeah, you can edit it, of course. But we should start, like, working together to, like, actually add descriptive audio.
I want to do that. Well, we can't do descriptive audio because that's just not an option.
No, not that one. Subtitles.
Subtitles. I like doing it anyways. It's fun, and it forces me to, like, actually watch the videos.
Okay,
and sometimes it's fun because you can add, like,
ones
commentary.
We'll do, but yeah.
Anyway. One thing I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I also want to do this thing where you, like, watch through the podcast like this one, and we, like, get all the different topics and, like, put timestamps in the description for them.
If you want to do that, you can do that.
I kind of want to do that. I feel like it would be more convenient. Maybe when we actually get people to watch this, when it will actually matter more. But I think it's, like, cool because you can look in the description and be like, oh, so this is what they talk about. We'll see. Very cool. Let me see. What are we even talking about?
Different TV shows, I guess.
Netflix shows, specifically. Yes. Do you still have cable?
Yes.
You only have, like, a few channels, though.
Just only the basic pack.
Yeah. While I'm sick, I've been watching a few movies and, like,
I have a couple movies I want to watch.
What do you want to watch?
I want to watch, I believe it's called Assassination. It is about the, attempts of a group that I believe is now called the Three Martyrs. They tried to assassinate various members of the Japanese elite during the occupation of Japan on Korea in order to try free Korea from the Japanese.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a history movie. That's interesting.
And then I also want to watch the one about this, about John Rabe or whatever his name is.
That sounds like a familiar name to me.
He was a Nazi who saved a whole bunch of Chinese people during the Nanking massacre.
Yeah.
And
I've definitely heard about him. Was he, like, the guy that didn't agree with it but was, like, forced to because he was German or something?
No, he was...
A lot of people didn't agree with it, I think.
He was not forced into anything because he was a German living in China when Japan came into the city he lived in. And Nanking is a Chinese city, and it either during World War II or actually I think a bit before World War II, the Japanese took it over, and the soldiers were just kind of told they could do whatever, so they proceeded. It's been described as an orgy of murder. There was like a ton of like rape and murder and like pillaging things and then burning stuff down.
Just terrible stuff.
Terrible stuff. And this guy, who had lived in that city for 30 years, was the leader of the Nazi party for that city. He helped establish the international safety zone where people could go, and the Japanese had to recognize it as a neutral territory. And he'd like go around town and people would run up to his car like saying there was a rape happening, and he would go and like chase off the man, and like the men would have like guns and things, and he would just have his swastika armband. But since Japan and Germany were allied at the time, no one really wanted, and he was like a high-ranking person, no one wanted to piss off be the one to piss off Germany, so he could just be like, you see this? You know what it means? Yeah, go away.
So he was just kind of like a one-man army.
Basically.
Which is pretty cool.
He did, like, I really respect him, despite him being, you know, a Nazi.
Even if he was a Nazi, he still, like, helped people.
He helped a lot of people. He saved, like, a couple 100,000 people. Like...
Yeah, wow. It's weird. And it also gives you, like, a different perspective to it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, genocide studies is quite horrifying.
Yeah, is that something you're, like, reading about?
That's a class I'm taking. My school's calling it, what are we calling it? War, peace, and something else. And
okay, so like less explicit.
And then the government is calling it genocide studies.
Yeah, my school doesn't offer that course. I wouldn't take it if they did. I don't think I could handle that type of thing.
It's the hardest socials that Canada has. Out of the 12 socials Canada has. For grade 11s and 12s.
Yeah, well.
What social are you taking?
Seems kind of interesting, though. Well, we only had 2 options, so I'm taking geography. It was either geography or history.
Yeah, so I'm taking this. Yeah, it's quite horrifying, but my teacher decided it's War, Peace, and Society, because that name fits what my school's teaching better, because the government had a small amount of, like, required stuff, and so my teacher was like, it's probably not great to just teach a bunch of high schoolers genocide after genocide for a couple months. So he decided to also do like peaceful resolutions of conflict and things like that.
Honestly, that course sounds a bit like something that we would have taught like 20, more than that, like 30 years ago maybe, but then over time people are thinking, maybe we shouldn't teach this to high schoolers because they're turning into like sociopaths or something. I think it's a good thing to learn, but yeah, it's a bit much. Some people just aren't mature and they enjoy it, or like they don't realize how wrong it is or something. I don't know. It seems like there could be like precautions,
but I feel like
it's making it just about killing people in different ways people have died, instead of saying
it's not necessarily like just about how people have died. It's also, of course, it's how bad it is. It's how and what led up to it, and like it's also the method used. But it's a lot of what leads up to it. How can we stop it? Like stuff like that. But, like, it's a seriously problem, because, like, was in the 20th century, there are 10 things that are debatably classified as genocides. How many do you know of?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know of, like, 1, probably, 2. Before this class, I knew of 2. And now it's like, okay, we're going over right 10 of them. And it's because a lot of these things, countries have tried to, like, cover up what they've done. Countries don't like to admit they've caused a genocide, so they'll try to, like, cover it up and, like, hide it from the rest of the world. And, like from the one I'm doing, there was, during all this, there was a thing called Comfort Woman, which was forced prostitutes, basically. And so, sex slavery. And Japan says there were 20,000. Korea says there were 500,000. They always try to...
That's a bit of a difference.
They always, like, countries that were the cause and whatever, always try to play it off as less than it was. And say that the people who are complaining are over, like, they're saying it was more of an event than it was. And, like, Turkey tries to say its soldiers were there to try to protect the people that were killed. And it's like, if that was true, they did a really terrible job because a couple thousand people died, like 30,000. It's like, all these different events, it's like, we don't hear about
terrible.
Them.
And it's all, like, they don't want us to know. The government patches it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's, like, super important. Because, like you said, it goes over, how did this happen? You gotta learn, like, the motivations behind it. That's the most important part of all this.
All genocides start with an us versus them mentality. It all starts with separation. And then that slowly gets more and more until you get to the stage of dehumanization, where people aren't worried, because you gotta make it to your soldiers who are going to do the killing aren't upset about killing. They can't think of these people as other people.
Yeah, you just have to dehumanize them and
dehumanize them.
Disassociate them with a person.
Make them less than human. And
which is really messed up.
Because there's not many people who will be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll kill thousands of children.
Yes. I hope not.
So usually it's about race, but there's one country that killed all of its well-trained people, all of the people it deemed as smart. They killed off all the people deemed as smart, and it kept getting more and more until it's just people with glasses all have to be killed. Like,
when was this?
Some time during the 20th century. I don't remember exactly.
That's kind of a big window. Probably the early to mid 20th century.
Mid to late, more like.
Mid to late. Okay.
It's after the 40s at least.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly when.
Is that where the stereotype comes from, ironically?
No, I think the stereotype was before that, and that's what caused that.
Oh my gosh, that's so terrible. Like, stereotypes are just stereotypes. Don't, like, kill someone because of a stereotype. That's the most, like, you're not thinking way of doing something, isn't it? Like, you're whittling a person down to, like, aspects of them. You're, like, assuming this, you don't know them, and then...
Yeah.
And there, a lot of the times it's things they can't control. Like, if it was after the 40s or whatever, like, contacts weren't, like, not everyone could have contacts, even.
No, so the country was in, people didn't have contacts or anything. So, yeah, it was just... Like, there's just so much death.
It's not their fault for having glasses. Now you're freaking out.
It's not someone's fault for being a doctor. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
It's not someone's fault for being a certain race. It's not someone's fault for...
Yeah.
None of the things that have caused genocides are a reasonable thing to have caused a genocide. Like,
yeah,
genocide's not a reasonable thing.
I don't think in any context it can be a reasonable thing.
No, it's not. It just isn't.
Like, even you think about people killing a lot of animals and they're like, oh, it's for my food. It's like, not a genocide. Like, people killing all the dodos or whatever, that's not reasonable. Killing one for it to have dinner or whatever, yeah, sure. Killing a few of them to feed, like, a village, okay. But, like, you can't just wipe out a species.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just do that in any circumstance.
There's no reasonable reason for all of this. Like, it's just always terrible and whatever. It's just...
Yeah, war sucks, man. There's no reason for war. There's literally no reason.
But, like, some of these aren't war. They're just things that, like, we don't like this people group, whatever. It's just all this stuff, and it's like, apparently the best decision was to just kill all these people. Like, there's few times, but there are times that I can say a murder was, like, it wasn't good, but I can see the reason to it. Like, but, like, killing thousands of people you don't know just because of one classification of what they are.
Yeah.
There's no reasonable, there's no justification for that.
Yeah, there's no possible justification of that in, like, any context.
No.
Yeah, I guess, a murder, killing one person, it was probably because of a situational thing.
Yeah,
who knows?
But, like, depends on the situation. Like, I would say there's lots of, you shouldn't take another human life.
Yeah,
but, like,
don't kill people, guys.
But there's some situations where it's like, I can understand why they did it. Like, I can see what has led to this. And, like, I don't think that was the right solution, but I can see why that's the solution they came to.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, or killing someone to protect someone, like yourself or the people you care about. I can understand. That's why,
like, in whatever you see people saying, "Oh, self-defense," like as a thing that would, like, justify them hurting someone else, getting out of prison.
And I can understand
I guess
that.
It's pretty valid. It's pretty valid.
I particularly see it when it's like a mother who's done it self-defense because her kids were there and, like, things like that.
Yeah.
Like,
have you seen, like, grizzly bear moms? Those things, like, kill other people when their children get hurt. It's just a motherly thing.
Yep.
It's, not that I think you should kill anyone.
Yeah, of course not.
Really. But, we're just humans, I guess. And some people are just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's lots of different types of people in the world.
Though you can never consider someone less than human for something they've done, like...
No.
Or something or because they're different than you.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
And for some reason, in the past, like, not in the past 100 years, but, like, 100 years ago, people thought that about other people for some reason.
They continue to think that about other people. In Myanmar right now, they're thinking this will be the next, like, what's going on will be classified as a genocide. That's happening currently, like...
You're right. We can't blindside ourselves and say just because in North America, some people, like, anyone can be anybody. I mean, it's not that way in, like, other parts of the world.
And, like, people still think that in North America, like...
Yeah,
it's not true. The mass opinion, but it's an opinion that comes around, you know?
Yeah, like, this isn't the most reputable source at all. It's barely relevant, but I looked in Snapchat at, like, this, the news story that was talking about, what states are the most racist. And it's interesting that, some parts of the United States are more racist than others. It's probably just because more people are sexist, so that inclines other people to think it's okay to be sexist.
Yeah. It's just there's certain parts of the states that are worse than others. It's the more progressive parts, the more conservative parts. There's it's just kind of how it's happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the world, too. I think it's like a mob mentality, kind of, like...
Yeah.
If your entire friend group is, like, homophobic or sexist, chances are you're gonna be, too.
That's hard not to be.
Yeah, it's hard to, like, listen to these people, like, bash this other group and not be like, I gotta join in. Or their points are kind of valid.
Yeah, and it's also, if you have these horrible opinions, but everyone else around you is like, no, what are you talking about? That's horrible. Then you're less likely to act on these opinions, like...
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I personally don't really care if one person's sexist. Like, I'm not gonna pick a fight with them or anything, but...
No.
I think it's, like, absurd, in a way. Especially, dude, you know those, like, types of people who are, like, these straight guys and they're, like, they want to date girls, but they hate girls, too, at the same time?
Yeah,
It's the weirdest dynamic. It's the most selfish thing.
It's a messed up thing, and it's like...
I guess that used to be society in, like, 1950s. It was like that like happy wife, happy life thing. I don't even know, happy wife, happy life isn't even like that bad of a saying. Like,
no,
I should go both
see
ways.
Where
though.
that saying comes from. Like, it's don't piss off your wife. It's
yeah,
but that's just like, basic stuff. Like,
yeah, exactly. It should be going without saying. But like in the 1950s, I'm assuming that sounds like such a 1950s
that's
thing.
That's not a
like,
1950s
totally
thing, really, though.
No, but I feel like it was a term that people said then. I don't know. I'm probably totally off. But,
I think you're off. 1950s is different. Like, that's a newer thing, dude.
I'm thinking about, like, marketing and, like, culture in the 1950s. Like, TV and ads and stuff.
It might have been a thing then, but, like, generally the ads, like... were about were quite sexist, and I don't think that saying's necessarily sexist. It's just
you're right, but I feel like it kind of I don't know. It's a fine saying, but I feel like it kind of like sort of objectifies women. Like
I feel like it's more of a joke though. Like it's
nowadays definitely. I feel like it's always played for a joke. No one says that legitimately anymore.
But like, there's a certain truth to it. If the person you're living with is happy, then it's gonna be better. But yeah, it's just a dumb saying.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. It should be something you like want.
You
personally.
wanna play a game?
Is it time? Sure. Do you know your Vine? Yes. This seems good. We both know nothing about Vine and don't respect it very much. We both don't think it's a very reputable entertainment site, so perfect.
Okay.
Are you in the quiz? Are you
recording? I'm in the quiz. So what does she say? What does she... That's a lady? I'm sorry, I believe she says what the...
I'm gonna say hello. Say Colorado. Screams. I'm gonna say screams because that's most Vines.
It's I'm a giraffe.
You know this? Whoa.
I have friends who like Vine.
Actually, they're not.
Actually, that one's
friends too.
That one is a pretty great one because the guy just comes by on just in front of the video and just yells "I'm a giraffe" for no reason.
That's what they all are.
Okay, so
are you at the next one?
Yep. So, what are you thinking it is?
A child. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before.
It's a child.
Throw me my keys. That's the only one that really makes sense. Why would they say a meme? Like, that's super unfunny. Throw me my keys.
Okay, click it and we'll say what we clicked, okay?
Lol, nope.
I thought you said printer.
That's so weird that it might be the one. Have you seen that one before?
I believe there's one of that, but I don't know if it's that one.
What's he saying? So do you see the child here?
Yeah.
There's like a fence behind him?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Oh, I swear I've seen this before.
Click one and then we'll discuss.
I clicked. It's gotta be LeBron James.
I did LeBron James, because I know LeBron James is a meme.
They just spelled it with 2 A's and it was lowercase, so... Oh, I know this
I literally saw this one today, as I was...
My friend is obsessed with this. Fresh avocado.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Carolina's only meme. She loves that meme. It's okay. That's what I say about it. Are you on the one with this guy? The wolf guy? We know this meme. I know this was a vibe. It's the other kid guy.
Yeah, it's on all levels except for physical. I am a wolf.
I'm a wolf. Yeah, everyone knows that. Okay, it's an avocado. I've seen this.
What did you click?
Thanks. I've seen that.
I think it was yay.
I'm pretty sure it's
I thought it was a board. Yay.
Maybe it is. Who knows? Mother trucker that heard watch your profanities. Ooh, none of these words are profanities.
Okay, I think I know what it is. What are you clicking?
Cat stick.
I have butt cheek stick.
Okay. So I don't know. I never heard that one before. What's wrong? Can I get the guy with like the hat?
Yep.
The spaghetti fell in his pocket. Totally.
Did you click that one?
Totally. Yeah, spaghetti.
I also clicked that one.
Yeah. Okay, this one I know. Who does?
Yeah, it's Friday, my dudes.
Whoa.
I don't know this one.
Plays piano. Sile. What? I'm gonna say that one because that one seems the weirdest.
I'm gonna say that was great.
That was this kid with the buck teeth.
I'm gonna go with legitness because
that's the weird one.
Yep.
I'm going with awesome.
Oh, I know this one.
I like this kid's face. I don't know who he is, but I like the look.
Which one do you think it is?
Meat. No, ham.
Click it.
I think it's ham.
I'm going with beef.
Beef. There's a funnier one for me. Why can't he answer the question?
I know these way too well. This is sad.
Yeah, your self-confidence just goes down, self-respect.
Yep.
I don't know this one.
It's
never learned
click
how
it.
to read.
Click it, and I'll tell you what the vine is.
He doesn't know how to read, right?
Click it.
I did.
It's someone asked him the question, and it's hey, I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never learned how to fucking read. Something. It has more of a beat to it than that, but.
It was funny. I think I've seen that before. When there's too much drama, all you get to do is... Have you seen this one?
So what is... I don't remember, but...
I think it's either run away, way, or it's walk away, way.
I think
it looks like she's singing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with walk away, ay.
Ay. Me too. I'm going with that. What's he say?
You're not my dad, I want my dad.
You're not my dad. You're not my mom. You're not my dad.
I hate you.
I think it's you're not my dad.
I'm gonna go with you're not my mom.
I'm going with you're not my dad. It's Justin Bieber. It's our Canadian representation. I like that. Butt. I'm going with butt because it's funny.
I'm gonna go with smile.
That's a meme, but I don't know if it's a Justin Bieber meme. It's like when you smile.
I'm gonna go with kiddos and ramen, but I don't know what this is.
Careful, kiddos. There's a lot of ramen. Noodles. I'm going with noodles. Why would he say ramen? I'm gonna say
I have no idea what this one is, so I'm just gonna
She's wearing sunglasses upside down.
I'm gonna go with gangsta girl.
I'm a gangster, a rebellious child. I'm a thug, a rebellious child. I'm a gangster, a rebellious girl. I'm a thug, What? I'm gonna say girl with a U, because that seems like something the Wagner's would say.
Okay, does she
So this one's got... Does she pee her pants? What a weird question on a context.
Sometimes, I guess.
What the heck? Why the heck would I know that? Sometimes? Yeah, sometimes. I'm sure she does. She's a little kid. So do you see this guy with the Ray-Ban? The glasses.
Oh, I know this one. It's what happens if they don't do their work. Click one.
They go into Wendy's. I'm saying that. I'm gonna go into Wendy's.
That is what it is. It's something about if you don't do your work or going to Wendy's or something. But yes. Okay, I know Vine halfway, which is sad. I have 59%.
Dude, who has the better percent? No, you don't have 59%, do you?
I have 59%.
Cause I got 59%.
I guess we both get a point.
Yeah. We both get a point.
She sounds so sad about this.
Oh my god. Quotub is a terrible site.
It really is.
We gotta go on it more.
Yep.
But I think we can it's only funny the first few quizzes and then you wanna die.
You're not wrong.
That's how it is.
Okay.
Finish that, fine. Anyway, that's this. We're both getting a point this week. If you disagree, freaking deal with it. And hopefully we can actually play a real game next week.
Alright.
Finally! Take care, everyone.
Alright, bye!
Bye! Thanks for watching.